You leave hospital and you think, oh, I'm going to be all alone. And then the husband starts and he cooks you all your food, cooks food, does the washing up. You need that support when you go home. If you have a relative or something that can help you, it's a lot easier. On about the fourth day of having my arm in a sling, it's frustrating because you can't do things. And you get over that. You can still go for a walk, and I did that every day after maybe a week, once you sort of get that confidence back again.
A week after I was out of hospital, I was able to wash my own hair. That was something simple, but was something I wasn't able to do prior to the operation.
The first week and a half to 2 weeks, I was in a bit of pain, but after that, it was more about the exercise and the physiotherapy and just recovering.
I went back after 2 weeks, had the stitches removed from my shoulder, and the wound was looking all nice and clean. And I think by that stage I didn't need any pain relief at all.
Went for my first visit to the surgeon only about a week after the procedure. They took another x-ray and they said everything was where it should be and everything was going well. So then my next visit was with a physiotherapist, and he tested the strength in my arm, which was fairly low. So I was then given 3 bands. I don't know, they're those elastic bands, a red, yellow and a green one.
The elastics that you get from the physio are all in different colours. And so they start you on the lighter, easier one to start with.
Physiotherapy was a key factor. My specialist gave me a regime to follow, and which I worked with my local physiotherapist with. The first 3 months was quite significant. In fact, the first 6 weeks was really around just exercising in the hand and getting hand movement. So stage 2 was about getting back range, so using a pulley and getting my arm's range back up, because obviously I got very little movement in my arm after being in a sling for 6 weeks. I wanted to get that range back. I wanted to be able to swim again. So basically doing what the doctor and what the physiotherapist had instructed me to do, so that I could regain as much of, if not all of the range of my arm back.
You have a pulley system, which all the exercises you're doing post-operatively for the first 6 weeks after the shoulder replacements are passive. The pulley's attached to the door, and so that you can move them around to any door you want. At home, you can hook them up. I started those within 24 hours of the surgery. It's a bit sore. I did find it a little bit, probably not sore, but tight. You get to 6 weeks and you go back to the doctor then. He takes your sling off and then you've got this foreign arm and it doesn't feel as though it actually belongs to you. I lost a fair bit of muscle tone, and you start more exercises. I start to get my arm back again, and you realise it was all worth it in the end. You don't have the pain, and you're getting all that movement back again. It's a hard slog doing the exercises, but they do get easier. I feel that my full strength to before the operation wasn't back till nearly 12 months.
Around about 6 months, my physio was actually surprised at how far up my back my arm could go. He said I was effectively getting as far as my left arm. So he said people don't normally get the same range back. I was quite chuffed. But I believe that it came down to doing the work. The physio is critical. I was away with work at times, and so I was setting up pulleys in hotel doors and rubber bands on door handles in hotels. I'm thinking, what would people think of me? But I think in the end it was worth it.
Once I committed to having my shoulder replacement done, it is a big commitment afterwards to do the exercises and get that mobility and strength back. I'm happy. I'm back bowling. I lawn bowl. I'm winning. I've got a couple of little badges.
I gradually got better use of my arm, but I'd say it'd probably be 3 months before I felt that I was fine with it. You know, that I had got the maximum benefit from from it. The only problem I would say is that I have not been a good patient in that I do not do my rehabilitation sufficiently after the procedure. So I now have enough use of my shoulder to do the things that I need to do in everyday life. I can hang washing on the line, I can do the ironing, I can do cleaning without pain. But I don't have a lot of strength in the arm. But I keep on saying I am going to start doing some rehabilitation exercises, and to get the maximum benefit from the operation that I've had. I've gone through all the hard part. I've gone through the pain, and I now need to get the best use of the arm that I can, and I can only do that if I do the rehabilitation.
My right arm is now as good, if not better, than my left arm in terms of strength and range. And importantly, I'm able to freestyle swim as I used to be able to many years ago. So for me, it's been a success in all aspects.